Thank you to Zocdoc and BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode.
All right, we're rolling. We haven't been here in forever.
It has been a minute, guys.
I'm love low dark chocolate, and I don't know about you guys. I take teeny tiny bites, and they last forever because there's so much flavor in such a little piece.
Dark chocolate, I took the whole square, and I almost, before I even tasted it, put the entire thing in my mouth.
And just swallowed the square.
And I sort of, and it went in a square cartoon style down my throat.
Yeah.
This is one of my revelations as an adult, is that the slower I eat, the more flavor I get to enjoy.
Your tongue gets to dance with.
Like you think about a Mentos. Oh, I'm doing a suck for a long time. Then I chew once. Rotate it in my mouth.
Yeah. Take this out of context.
And and now you have released a world of flavor.
And then you jump the fence and you make out with your sunbathing neighbor.
Is that something you did, Keith?
Is this a commercial that we should know?
Fresh goes better. Mentos freshness. Better. I don't think it's very Ferris Bueller, that old commercial campaign. I don't know if he does make out with the sunbathing girl next door, but there is a sunbathing girl next door.
But clearly your brain filled in the gaps.
There always was.
That's what it's like. He like sees her and she smiles and he like cocks like a thing right in his mouth and looks at the camera like, hey, like they're about to make out.
They're all like so many commercials like that hinged on the idea that there was a sunbathing, and movies. Disturbia, it always hinged on there's a sunbathing girl next door, and that if you did the right Doritos,
if you buy the right thing,
a
smooch is just a purchase away.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's all bathed.
That's interesting.
As I said that, I looked and went, "Oh, that's ending up on the
smooch is just a purchase away.
That's going to be slowed down and played back to me." And
we get that on his shirt.
It's just you on the stand.
That's going in the Try Guys the Tripod merch collection. There's the Lasagna Island. And a smooch is just a purchase away.
Lasagna Island is such a good shirt.
And people love it in the comments. They're begging for it. They're like, please, make it.
Is it like I rode Lasagna Island, or is it like I vacation?
I think it should look like
greetings from.
That's such.
It should look like a font that islands use, or like on a captain's hat, and it should say Lasagna Island, and it should just have a lasagna slice floating in the ocean with like a tiny piece of parsley as like the tree on it.
That's a great idea. Lasagna Island.
Keith, you can't be given these great ideas unless you intend on following through, because you're saying this now and I want to buy it.
Okay, well, I don't
you
know.
I want to buy that. I've been trying to, I want to buy
I'll commission the graphic designer who's listening to this right now to make it, send it to me, we'll pay you for your design, and then we'll put it on t-shirts.
No, I like that, Keith.
Right?
We have our 10-year anniversary is coming up, so we have our live special. It's going to be a big live event. So many surprise guests. I can't tell you who they are, but they're worth it.
They're surprises.
I want you to think of the most exciting people that you can imagine, and it's probably one step below that. Olivia Rodrigo's not coming, but think about the most realistic,
are there
exciting.
Other big surprise guests?
Yeah, you're one of them, but you're not a surprise.
Well, I was going to say I didn't want to show my hand, but I will also be there.
The people you expect to be there will be there, but then. Think about the exciting ones. They're going to be there. Think about like, oh man, it'd be really sick if they showed up.
I can think of one bombshell. It'd be funny if he showed up.
And I'm leaving.
Are you watching Love Island right now? Is that where you use the term bombshell?
Another bombshell
is it to the island.
Returned.
But so you have the reason I bring it up is because we have a whole roster of 10-year anniversary merch coming out. It's going to be super sick.
Oh, fun.
And do we just insert Lasagna Island as part of it and make people think, the people who listen to the podcast,
eternal, yeah.
You guys are the real ones. But the rest of the audience is going to be like, yeah, that must be, what video was
Lasagna Island 10-year
anniversary. To me, Lasagna Island is almost like its own bespoke brand.
Can we make lasagnaisland.com?
Like Lasagna Island is an Instagram account, and it's like just Lasagna Island stuff.
I'm looking up Lasagna Island right now.
I think it's like you send like Lasagna Island hats to like Lauren Riamaki. You send it to just a bunch of like cool people in the zeitgeist.
I get Colin and Samir rocking the greetings from Lasagna Island merch.
Absolutely.
In their next interview with Zuckerberg.
100%. And then people are just like, what the fuck is Lasagna Island? And then it becomes revealed that it is also a subsidiary of Tricorp.
Oh, Try Guys. Oh, you mean the guys that make Lasagna Island?
They used to do stuff on the internet, but now they just run Lasagna Island. I think that's cool. I think it's cool.
I think it's. I don't
the
even.
tough part is lasagna is a hard word to spell.
Yeah, it's lasagna.
It's educational.
SEO nightmare.
Nice. I'm going to purchase Lasagna Island. I need my computer to log in because it is
LasagnaIsland.com.
for the first year only for a 3-year term is a penny.
Oh, here we go.
Come on.
That's a steal.
They're begging me to buy it. It must be such a bad SEO of some sort. They're like, please, somebody buy this. We've been sitting on Lasagna Island for years.
Oh, we got it.
I can buy the whole roster for about 8 cents.
Okay, buy Lasagna Island. In the meantime, it will just redirect a second try. But we will. This is my pledge.
Got to buy every version of Lasagna Island.
TheLasagnaIsland.com.
Yep, Lasagna Island. Org, co,
Biz.
Canada.
Lasagna Islands. Yeah, we got to do that too, I guess, for my hotel chain.
It's like it starts as Lasagna Island, and then it like the show. Then you like turn it into a TV show pitch.
Oh my
god!
gosh.
It's like Lasagna Island. Is it a reality show where people have to survive on lasagna? Is it like there's so many things it could be? It's just
You are
exciting.
the Garfield.
We put 100 people on an island with nothing but lasagna. The last person standing gets the island.
Pretty good Mr. Beast sort of flip.
We fed YouTubers only lasagna for 1,000 days.
That's not bad. It is bad. 1,000 days, way too long a production schedule. I do think somebody being like,
watch it in 4
hey,
years.
today I'm making lasagna. I'm making like one little itty bitty lasagna, and I'm doubling it every day.
Yeah.
And eventually, it's like a guy did that with yolks making pasta. Right.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm making pasta with like one yolk, then two, and then it became like thousands of egg yolks.
Mm-hmm. And he was like donating that.
Yeah, donating the.
I don't know where he
pasta.
went. He stopped. He's gone. Bye.
Just as the world needed him most, he disappeared.
As much as I would love to talk about Lasagna Island all day, Rainie, I do know you have an agenda.
We've got a busy day.
Woo!
So I just have to do some headlines first because I went to the nail salon and I read.
These are personal headlines.
No. I read People magazine.
Oh,
You guys, you
from this
got to
year?
get on that. I have no idea when it was from.
Can we see? Can we see the nails? By the way, what you rocking? Oh, they're the toesies.
Yeah, my toes.
Nice.
Nice
Very good.
little turquoise.
Thank you. I mostly just I biked, by the way. Anyways, I can't get into that because we have to get into this headline.
Wait, you biked before and after a pedicure?
Yeah, it was because I didn't have a car at the time.
What? Okay,
for
well,
the
I have
afternoon.
questions. Did your car get towed? Was it?
Well, I was visiting my family, and we have 2 cars for 4 drivers.
I see.
This was
Sometimes
back
5.
at, okay.
Someone was at
So-
Whole Foods. Someone was doing
someone
something.
was at Whole Foods. No, everybody was at work. Unfortunately, so I didn't get the car.
After a
Somebody had the car.
pedicure, don't they put your toes in those little stockades?
Yeah, I risked it all, and I did. It chipped, obviously, but I wasn't even there for like the prettiness. I was like, I just need like all this. I need this done.
Hell
I need
yeah.
this done. Okay, so anyways, People magazine is like Dumois' mentor sensei.
Yeah.
Like what they look up to.
Uh-huh.
And so I was eating this up. So celebrities, they're just like us. They're still into old trends. While Pokemon Go may have reached its pop culture
Who's
peak
playing Pokemon Go
in
still?
2016, the
Christina
augmented
Ricci.
reality game show remains relevant to Rachel Brosnahan.
Brosnahan?
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
This has to be 4 years old, at least for the People magazine.
You're telling me the marvelous Miss Maisel is still playing Pokemon Go?
Yeah, and she says,
That
quote,
is-
they got a quote from her.
This is so
About
huge.
Pokemon Go?
So now I know that if by the way, she's going to be the new Lois Lane in the new
Really?
Superman movie.
She is?
Oh, she's a great
Yeah.
actress.
Oh, that's cool.
So
She makes sense for that role.
She's
she's going to kill it. She's such a good actress.
Yeah. She says, quote, it's a different kind of to-do list, as a serial checklist person. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel actress explained, I love checking off and catching different Pokemon characters. There are different tasks you can do and compete. It's fun and will pass the time. And I just thought,
So,
I was like, wow.
I mean, it is a big scoop. Rachel Brosnahan of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel plays Pokemon Go.
yeah, you would never think that.
Do you still play?
I just looked her up. She's the same age as me. Oh, that's weird to me.
Really?
Yeah,
It
it's
is, yeah.
surprising. But I guess I'm at the age now where there people are younger than me too, and that always feels
Almost every SNL cast member started on SNL younger than I am right now.
Yeah, that hurts.
Whoa.
realizing.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Anyhow, do I still play Pokemon Go? No,
You
but I
don't?
do like it,
That's
and
cool.
I it's whenever I'm in another country, which is not frequent, I do open it.
Just to see what Pokemon
Yes,
are there?
I'm in another land.
That is pretty cool.
Like, what else they got?
Can you get all of them in North America? Or do you have to go?
No, you have to. Some are like locked out, and they they were like really aggressive against people trying to use VPNs to play other places early on. I remember they were like, "You can't fuck do that."
That's crazy.
We met a fan
care?
recently. I want to say it was at the Eat the Menu tour at the Eat and Greet. Before the show, if we just have a room where people can come hang out with us.
It's the best. It's the best meet and greet for us, and it's also the best meet and greet I think for you.
Instead of a 5-second photo, you get to hang out for an hour.
It's so much more fun. I feel like I actually get to connect and talk to people. Everyone still gets pictures, which is but it's so much better. The food's good. It's chill. It's like a vibe. It really feels. It's my favorite, almost my favorite part of the show.
The tour. And we get to know you as well. And I'm remembering, if I'm remembering this correctly, someone had like a little Pokemon emblem, and it was a Pokemon Go catcher.
Yes, the catchers. Now, I believe that's like as you're walking, it will buzz or something if there's a Pokemon nearby that you don't have or something. I'm making this up, but I've seen them and they're cute.
I know it's a step counter, and it allows you to like catch them without like opening up your phone or something.
Yeah, and the step counter I think allows your eggs to hatch.
Yes,
because it's capturing.
I gotta hatch them all.
Gotta hatch them all. Pokemons.
Yeah, Pokemon Go was such a monoculture moment, which we don't get very often.
It's true.
Oh, I do remember. I was living in New York at the time, and I remember me and my friends were like, it had just come out. We're walking around uptown, and literally you would see packs of people, and we'd be like, there's a Charizard, and they'd be like, holy shit, there's a Charizard. And it was like, wow, culture came together in a way that I have not seen since then.
Yeah.
Pokemon go to the polls,
Pokemon go to the polls.
But you guys mentioned the tour, which is our next segment.
Oh, huge. Is Rachel Brosnahan coming?
Oh my gosh. I feel like she could.
Was that the end of the pop culture headlines?
Well, I did have another one, but I sort of got insecure.
No, don't get insecure, Rainie. Rainie, we love you. Tell us the hit.
Everybody, Rainie.
This is a quote from Justin Long. Quote,
I love Justin Long.
Justin Long.
Anytime Justin Long shows up in a movie, you know you're in for a good time.
he's good. He's cute. And he says, quote, I was shitting my brains out and she was looking at me lovingly. And I thought, this is really romantic, end quote. On now wife, Kate Bosworth. Taking care of him while he got food poisoning in Mexico.
That is a scoop.
I love them as a couple.
I also think that like love is watching someone get die.
Door open or?
I don't.
They might need a bucket in case that's also. So I think that it's like the most vulnerable state you could possibly be in. It's probably as close as men get to childbirth.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Diarrhea.
Like severe food poisoning.
The closest men get showered is horrific diarrhea.
Well, no, just in terms of
keep digging.
A vulnerable state that you can't control.
Right.
Obviously, it's nothing compared to
childbirth. You're sweating and screaming and crying.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And
nothing compared to childbirth, and for hopefully not that long. But I know that I've been.
Go on, I'm with you.
I've had food poisoning.
It's bad. It's
Both
bad.
ends. Spiral faucet.
I had mild food poisoning from the Atlanta show. And it was not fun.
Oh yeah, from the show.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was? Because a lot of that cold beef did not sit that well.
We think that we left food out under not good enough of a heat lamp for too long.
Too much of it arrived early. It was a problem. Things actually arrived like early than they were supposed to arrive, and we didn't have the means to keep it all super food safe. And I was like, well, just don't let anyone but me eat it.
Aw, you took one for the team.
Yeah, I was like, I have to eat for the show, and like, but I don't want any audience members getting sick. I don't want any of our guests getting sick.
Right.
So I'm like, just if it's suspect, put it in where I'm eating alone, and if it's safer, put it where the audience members are on stage.
Yeah.
I've got a burning question about tour.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Who is the rat?
So the rat is Buddy the Rat. His name is Jonathan Lyons, which is hilarious. His last name is Lyons, and he is a rat. Right? And that's sort of funny. Isn't
Like
it?
he's
a theatrical. He's been a puppeteer in shows on Broadway and off Broadway before, but he himself is a performer, a performance artist, and the rat is his character that's infamous around New York. It's been big. It really blew up in COVID, right? Because like people were on TikTok and he had a big explosion on social media. But he is like a celebrity in Manhattan. Like,
that's
you might
fun.
see Buddy the Rat.
Yeah.
He is out being a rat.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Engaging with people and making social videos.
Yeah.
People who don't know what you're talking about are like, I have a question about the Eat the Menu tour. Who's the rat?
Who the fuck's the rat?
I mean,
I've
you
seen
can
it on
see
Twitter
and you can
all
see the
over,
video now on YouTube because we put out, like we said, all the shows are becoming Eat the Menu videos. So the first one came out probably last week if you're listening to this, and it's Keith Eats Everything in New York, but it's the live show and it's got down.
It's a great edit of it.
It's
too.
great. It's the eating segments plus the Charlie Problem segment.
I couldn't believe Charlie Problems made it into the, I didn't. I was out of office for 2 weeks. I didn't know. I came back and I'm like, oh, you put Charlie Problems in. There's some things in life that it's okay to be a total crapshoot. Like, you can impulse buy a t-shirt online. You can order that new meal that you've never had before at lunch. Or even, I don't know, subscribe to Second Try, see if you like it. But one thing that you can't just jump into is finding the right doctor. And with Zocdoc, it's not going to be a crapshoot because you've got more options than you know. Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and much more. Plus, Zocdoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. When I had my crazy glass leg injury, I could not get into the hospital as soon as I wanted to. We found a wound specialist. I was able to get an appointment within 24 hours. So stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to Zocdoc.com/tripod. Find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/tripod. Zocdoc.com/tripod. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. As an adult, I miss having places to learn. And it's a shame because kids are always learning and growing. But as adults, sometimes we lose that curiosity. I want to know about gardening. I want to know how plants work. I want to know about bugs. Learning new things gives you that sense of wonder. And if you want to reconnect with that sense of wonder, therapy is a great way because your back-to-school era can come at any age. Therapy is valuable at any stage of your life, and BetterHelp makes it so easy. I love being able to just go for a walk around the block. I get my body moving during the workday, and also I get to have some time that is just dedicated to checking in with myself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/tripod today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/tripod.
For a couple of reasons. The Second Try audience loves Charlie Problems.
Yeah.
So I want it. And so it's in that long edit. And I was like, well, but I think a lot of other people really like Charlie Problems too. And I want people to see it because I think it's not the most successful clickable thing on YouTube.
Right.
So I want them to get a taste of it in Eat the Menu, which is very optimized for YouTube. So they can get a taste of it and be like, oh, that's fun. Also, the rat moment happens. I'm like, it's so funny.
Yeah, it's really fun.
And it's so wild. And it also, there is food in that segment because of the doused bagel. So I'm like, okay, well, this is still delivering on eating in this one. So like, let's put it out. Let's, and also it makes it a longer watch, and people like Eat the Menus because they're long watches. Right. So thought it would be fun.
It's great. It's it was exciting to have it in posterity. It's Miles versus Kwesi up on stage. The question was, would you rather wear a Boston Red Sox jersey for the rest of the show or kiss a Subway rat? Yeah. And of course, New York was booing like crazy at the idea of the Red Sox jersey. Very fun.
I was ready to wear the jersey, but then the crowd simply would not have it.
It is the time of the show where the crowd is the most unruly. And I think it's a little bit
by design.
I think it's a little bit because I'm gone. And second, because Zach is saying really upsetting things, and the audience is like, "What?" Like, these are questions we've engineered to upset the audience, basically.
Yeah, no, it is. At that point, it's like we're daring the audience to have a mutiny.
Yeah,
and
they almost do.
They do. But being on stage with you, bathed in red light, while a 1,000 people chanted at us, "Kiss the rat."
Yeah.
Kiss the rat.
An incredible moment.
Really out of body. There's sometimes where you're living. I'll say you, the pejorative you, but I'm really talking about us, you as a Try Guy. Like, we have these experiences where as they're happening, I go, this is a dream. This is not real.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, totally.
This is...
Well, for me, that was like also Babish comes out to eat the belt with me. I was like, this is so cool. I've literally never done a collab video with him. I think he's a tremendous YouTube.
He's so cool.
He's so cool. He's so nice.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this is such a fun surprise and there were fans who after were like, I'm such a big fan of you, but I'm like equally a big fan of Babish, and had no idea. So it was like the best night of my life.
We ran into him at VidCon, and that's the only time that we had really ever we basically our interactions with him had just been like in passing and then fans from afar. But we told him we were going to be in New York soon, and we were kind of too nervous to ask him to be in the show, and so we're like, nah, never mind. And then really I think we gave him maybe 48 hours notice. I want to say 72, but I think it was not.
A couple days.
And we finally were like, what are we doing? We're being stupid. Just ask the guy. Yeah. He can say no, because he had said in person that he was down. So, but he came. He was so excited and lovely, but also very humble in a way that made me feel like a dick. He's so down to earth and chill that I'm like, I gotta check that out.
Sure. Yeah, you gotta check.
He also openly admitted he was like, well, kind of using research because we were wanted to do live things, but don't know how to do it at all. And I'm trying to talk like Babish right now. And he was like, so this is really interesting to see. And you guys did such a good job. And you did it all yourselves. And, so it was really, really cool. And we want to figure out a way to, how could we do something like this?
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, obviously I've been a huge fan of Babish forever, but the spectacle of the theater was incredible.
Yeah.
Just that it was so new. Rainie, there was a full apartment underneath the stage.
Oh, this was the Brooklyn Theater. It was
in the Brooklyn Theater. That
Brooklyn
was
Paramount.
This huge, you could live there. It's designed for you come into New York, just do your show, you go there.
Oh, wow.
I showered underneath the stage.
It was the nicest theater shower I've ever seen in my life.
It was incredible.
I've been in a lot of theaters.
Yeah.
That was by far
Wow.
the nicest bathrooms.
I think we've said it on this show, but in case we haven't, the Brooklyn Paramount is a newly renovated theater. It's the crown jewel of the touring world right now. Yeah. And it is such a historic theater. It, they have plaques downstairs, and it was Etta James and Buddy Holly.
Wow.
And actually when they have the drinks, they have next to the bar the dates of all these famous people in the 40s and then today's show. So as a result, you get Buddy Holly, Ella Fitzgerald, the Try Guys.
Yeah,
and it is so insane. But for whatever reason, I think it was Long Island College or something like that. It was where they played basketball.
Yeah, it wasn't profitable as a theater, so they turned it into a gymnasium. And there are pictures of it where it's there's a gymnasium and a basketball court, but the stage is still behind it. And it's they've obviously put a lot of money into renovating it and bringing back the beauty. Yeah. But I imagine the ceiling to some degree already just still looked how it did.
Yeah, right.
And so imagine playing basketball. The ceiling in there is hundreds of feet high. It's one of the tallest ceilinged rooms I've ever been in that wasn't a cathedral. And I think it even rivals some cathedrals.
Yeah.
So tall. Imagine playing basketball and then looking up at such a beautiful theater.
Yeah, that show was so awesome. And you guys still have more shows coming up soon, right?
Yeah, we did Atlanta and New York, and those were a blast. But we're about to, and probably you're listening to this maybe a week before or close to, when we're back on the road, and we're going to be in Philly, which is almost sold out. Like sub 40 tickets.
Yeah.
So it's going to be sold out. So I'd love to have you there. If you're on the fence, get over that fence, baby. Come on over to the green grass. The grass is greener over here.
Grass is greener, baby.
Then we have DC, which is going to be an awesome show. There are some great guests for all of these shows, but I'd say DC has probably some of the biggest guests of the tour. But that's just a theory.
Oh, wow.
And then we have Boston as well, which I'm excited because that actually, it could sell out too because it's
Boston is right now, I think, it's sellout is based on the full capacity of the venue, but I think Boston right now is the biggest crowd, which is crazy too because that one went on sale last.
It's had the least amount of ticket sale time.
But Boston, y'all go crazy. And that's where I went to college. We're going to show up for Boston. We're going to have a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, great surprise guest for all of the shows. And then there's also our own TriCast members coming out that are surprise guests as well. So there's
don't forget about El Cajon.
Oh, dude!
Yes, we're coming.
Yeah, LA and
show gonna blow
October.
the roof off California,
like
dude.
it feels like that's far in the distance, but it's actually like a week and a half after we get back from the next tour. So it's like
Los
immediate.
Angeles, Alcon. And I'm going to tell you, LA, you're our home show. You're underselling Boston. You're underselling Philly.
Hey, you know what I'll
need
say?
to think about
I'm
like
going.
And Rainie will be there.
I'm gonna be there.
where do all of our cast and staff live? Los Angeles.
shit.
Where do you think is the most opportunity to see as many of the people as possible?
We had to fly out Miles, put him in a hotel room.
That's
This dude,
right.
his rider is insane. He requested a lot.
Bubble bath scrubbed by Zach.
Yeah, a dozen eggs delivered to his door, each cooked a different way.
That's right. Hard, soft, and medium boiled.
One raw, one
raw.
over easy, one over medium, one over hard.
Onsen egg.
But doing it here, everyone's already here.
Everyone's already here.
We're
So
gonna, and,
it's gonna
and
be
all
big.
of our other YouTuber friends are here. You guys are nuts.
Mr.
And yeah.
Beast, Jake Paul.
Neither of them live here. Or else they'd be there.
That's right.
Another burning question. So there's a TikTok that went by of you guys getting shirts at the airport.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh
my
gosh,
goodness.
Yes.
So-
Incredible.
Tell me
Well,
about-
Kaylin
yeah.
giving us shirts that she got off the internet
Yes.
at the airport.
Yes.
For
And
those
just-
who
yeah.
missed it, can you tell them what the shirts were?
Yes, of course. Mine had a pig dressed as Santa Claus, and it said, "Ho ho ho, let me suck them toes."
Yeah.
And this was not like a small graphic.
No,
this
it's
was
humongous.
one of those like enormous, like almost Selena style T-shirts where it takes over the entire front. I have a very realistic pig dressed as Santa, and sort
Wearing
of a,
sunglasses?
I can't remember, maybe,
Yeah,
and
maybe.
sort of like an aggressive font, you know, like
Yeah.
like a brick inspired font,
Easy to read.
very easy to read,
Yeah.
and
it was
also
August.
the text was like sort of just under my navel, so also an interesting place to have people's eye lines directed. So I wore that, and it was also like too big, so it was
Yeah.
just upsetting in so many ways. And then yours, Miles.
Yeah, mine
Yours was the
said,
worst.
Save a horse, ride a cousin.
Mm.
So I found that to be pretty offensive.
Mortifying.
Mortifying shirt to wear a pro-incest shirt in the airport is just not what you expect.
What? Who? I don't know who made that.
I got the feedback also. Kaylin was like, Miles has made so many incest jokes on the tour. This one's perfect for him. And I was like, have I? Like, I didn't even remember making them.
Did you get anyone walking by you and
Yes.
just gave a hell yeah, brother?
Oh, no, I didn't get any hell yeah, brothers. Someone just comes over, dude, love this shirt.
just a
I
little.
agree.
Yes, right?
Right?
The little
God, this is what I've
nod.
been saying.
Little-
Have to come on my podcast. But no, yeah, wore that one. That was mortifying. Absolutely, everyone who walked by saw would be like, like a lot of funny looks.
Yeah.
No one really looked. They didn't want to look me in the eye because they saw what the shirt said.
When I got on the plane, the male flight attendant said, "Cool shirt," and I was so embarrassed.
Oh,
Really?
Because I think maybe he like meant it a little bit, and I don't know if there was a flirtation involved.
wow.
Because I am saying like
Suck
I
them
want to
toes.
suck toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho.
Oh, it's Christmas time, baby.
The connection to Santa and the pig.
all of the elements don't
a
go
lot
together.
of elements that feel unnecessary.
The toes, I get. Ho ho ho. Let me suck them toes. Well, the Christmas, I guess, because it rhymes.
But why a pig?
Why a
And
pig?
why do pigs
Why
suck toes?
Do we suck toes more at Christmas?
I guess so, because your toes are cold,
Toesies or coldsies?
And you're with your fam.
and you're with your cousins.
And you're with your family, Zach. So I guess that's sort of, save a horse, ride a cousin, and suck him his toes.
I got off pretty easy.
Yeah.
Mine was a very cute design, something that I would wear. It is very flowery, very 90s child, and it said 0 days since my last queef.
And you think that was getting off easy? You're like,
Yeah,
"That's
I
fine."
kind of do.
I think because yours is obviously a joke.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Miles is
Mine felt real.
not as. I
Mine
think
felt
it's
real.
like that's probably a joke.
But, like,
Mine was also.
Yeah.
That's a weird joke.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Miles's was a joke from a person that I don't want to talk to.
No,
Right.
mine was like I could see a guy in a frat at a party being like, "Look, sometimes you got hot cousins."
As long as you aren't having a baby with them, isn't it like
Yeah,
not a big deal?
Oh my god! But yes, I think that guy loves the shirt and is like, "Isn't this a sick shirt?"
I went to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, brag.
Brag.
And he was in love with his cousin, and his family all didn't like that.
Really?
Well, what degree of cousin?
What degree? You
know what? Let's just stop the conversation. I
think we've been down this road before.
No. But actually, I am wondering. And he was in love with his cousin. Did he date his cousin?
No, he tried to profess his love, I believe, in a letter, and his family was like, "Nah, dog, go cut your ear off. That's fucked."
Who did he send the ear to?
So he had no. It was a fight that he got into with. He did try and gift it.
I know he did.
Oh, yeah, wow. It was a fight that he got into with a painter that was a friend of his. I forget his name. And Maggie and I were looking at him like, friends? Okay, sure. Like, you got into like such a fight with your friend. I don't know. Okay. But then there was a prostitute that he was very friendly with, and he tried to gift it at a brothel.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's crazy being at the Van Gogh Museum. Sorry to hijack this conversation. But like we were in this museum looking at paintings that we were all like, oh, this is magnificent. Right. What a talented guy. And everything you're reading about it is
horrifying.
Like, oh, this dude seems challenging to be friends with.
Totally.
Yeah.
A lot of great artists were. Me, for example.
That's true. It's challenging to be.
It's challenging for me to be such a good artist.
I think one thing that it did really well, though, which I was glad, is it didn't glorify his mental illness. It wasn't like, oh, because he was so troubled. Yeah. It kind of addresses the tortured artist misconception and says, no, he was a talented person who also dealt with this and made his art in spite of it, not because of it.
Where was the Van Gogh Museum?
Amsterdam.
So were you just 3 seats to the wind when you were sort of cruising through the Van Gogh Museum, or what's good?
What is that phrase you said? Three
sheets to the wind.
You ever heard that phrase?
No. What does that mean?
Fucked up,
dude.
Oh.
You're in Amsterdam.
Goofed.
What are you blowing gush clouds and then blowing gush clouds, then popping into the Van Gogh Museum? Look at all the art, man. I know you. You're a one-trick pony.
I've done that in the past. I did when I was, so they're like psychedelics that are truffles. And when I was in college, I went to there, and by the time I got to the top floor, the paintings were moving. But this was the end of my honeymoon, so no, we just did a couple days in Amsterdam. I didn't.
You had some weed, probably, right?
Well, yeah, probably. Yes, but not a shocking amount. People, I put out on Instagram like, "Hey, give me recommendations what to do," and everyone was like, "Get fucked up, do drugs," and I'm like, "I can."
And you're like, "We can smoke weed in America now."
It's also like not as exciting as it used to be.
No, totally.
Our LA weed is better than Amsterdam's quality of weed.
I went into a coffee shop, and they're like, one of the weed strains was called Cali weed, and I'm like, well. Okay.
That is how I felt when I was I went right after college, and I was in North Carolina, and there was like, you couldn't get weed. It was hard to get weed.
Yeah.
So then when I went, I was like, holy shit. And now I'm like, yeah, it would be less of it's a beautiful city, but I think that it would be less of like, the
history's still there, but the drugs is just.
The drugs is kind of like, you can get like meth in Amsterdam, right? Isn't it in Denmark? It's all legal.
I don't know if everything is, but there's certainly more than.
I know that
just the psychedelics.
I'll tell you, for me, we were just in this beautiful area, like on the canals. We did like one activity where we had to go down to like the bar area, and I was like, oh, this is hell. This is where I was in college. Get me out of here. Just being in a really well-designed city, because like, New York was New Amsterdam originally. Those dudes know how to build a city. Riding our bikes around. Like, it was just, it's so pretty.
Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, what was the top... It would do rosebud a thorn of your honeymoon.
Yeah.
What was the thorn?
Are we okay? Well, we did. We went to South Africa. That was the main event. So we went on safari, and we were just hanging out for 5 days. You would wake up at 5 a.m. You go out on a 3-hour drive until like it gets warm, and then you rest for the day. And then at night, when like right before sundown, you go out again for another 3-hour drive. Whoa. Seeing animals in the wild is like, guys, this. I'm telling you, it's on your bucket list. Put it to the top of your bucket list.
That's cool.
Is so unbelievably sick. We were in in Kruger National Park. There's a private reserve called Classary, but it's like, it is wild. It is. So I thought I wasn't going to be excited to see a lion. Like, I've seen a lion in a fucking zoo, like whatever. Nah, man. You see a wild lion. Like, so we'd be in these vans, and you'd have to off-road into the bush. And we were there. It's the dry season, which means it's really easy to spot wildlife as opposed to when it's like really lush with grass. But you're going through this like dry brush, and you spot all these animals are really great at camouflage. That's like what they do. But we got, I mean, as close as Keith and I are right now,
Wow.
I was next to wild lions, and I had videos on my phone where like, they're fucking cats, man. Like, they're just chilling, licking themselves. Totally unbothered by us. They couldn't care less.
And giant, right? Like,
oh, they're big.
Huge.
Their mitts are like Miles's head.
They're not trying to like come eat you for supper?
They're resting during the day. They're conserving energy. But also they're like, the van is like, I don't want to eat that. Like,
right.
I've tried to eat one of those things. They aren't good.
they're not good.
My
Like,
daddy tried to eat one of those things. He told me.
now, if I
told me
got
stay
off
away.
the van and started running, they'd be like, all right, yeah, I'm going to eat that guy because he looks pretty easy. But they're not interested. The coolest by far, leopards are, they are like watching their sexy bodies. Like
Yeah,
they're so
they are
much.
sexy.
They're like muscular and slinky. They can pull like a full Impala with their mouth up into a tree.
A Chevy Impala?
Yeah, Chevy Impala.
Tame him?
Holy shit.
And so we saw a kill that it had stashed in a tree. And so we're like, okay, well, we got to come back later. And then we came back and we like saw the leopard like nearby. And then we came back later again, and its brother, because this was a lady leopard, its brother had come and like taken over the kill.
Okay,
just
rude.
like rude as hell.
Whoa.
And so we were watching this territorial spat between the two of them and then later at night we come back again. And I mean, first of all, just watching like the leopard, like in its element, like climb a tree, eating,
Whoa,
moving
this
the
is
kill
cool.
out of the way.
Crazy.
Then we come back at night and you turn off the engine and you see this mass in the trees and you hear it munching bones. Like the sound of a leopard crunching down while underneath the tree, hyenas are circling because they want to get scraps.
Whoa.
And so they're just waiting for stuff to fall. While behind me, the sun is setting over a little watering hole where earlier we had seen a herd of elephants, but right now there's a hippo that's just poking its head up, poking its head down.
There's so many animals.
Lots of animals, yeah.
Like
yeah.
in close proximity. I just am-
Not often,
Okay.
but in this moment
case.
there was.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I'll also say that elephants are so cool.
Yeah.
They're the ones I fear the most.
Oh my
They're
God.
so
Terrifying.
big.
Yeah.
They are
Big.
big, and so elephants
hippos.
are matriarchal. The hippo was
Loving
just
that
in
for
the
them.
water. They
Loving that
Like
for
that.
him. Loving them.
so they push the males out once they reach teenage year, and the males kind of go solo until they sometimes will like hook up a little bachelor pod. But you come across the male elephants and like they're just grazing. You get up right next to them. They don't give a shit. The herd of elephants, if you're driving and then like, oh, there's elephants over there, they fucking stomp and be like, you're not getting past us. And we had, I'd say 2 or 3 times, an elephant basically charge at the car.
What?
And it
Wow.
flaps its ears open to be like, you're not coming this way. And so one time we did have to back up the car and be like, okay, giving you your space. Didn't mean to do that. But there were other times that like the feeling of an elephant charging at you is crazy.
That's exhilarating.
So then the craziest is we were driving back one time. This is right after the leopard was munching. So we were out. Usually you get back like before it's dark.
Yeah.
But we were out and it was dark. And we're driving and all of a sudden we stop and we're like, oh, oops. There's a bunch of elephants on this path. So it made it clear, like, do not come this way.
Oh.
It did its like
Ooh.
did the thing. So we just like, okay, let's kill the engine. And we had a guide and a tracker. So the tracker sits at the front on a chair, and as we're driving, he's just looking for tracks and like follow. It's so cool.
Wow.
But so we kill the engine, and
Kill the elephant. You were hunting endangered species.
yeah, we were
Wow.
poaching as well, which is very cool. I have gifts for all of
I
you.
thought I saw some ivory in one of your bags.
Yeah. I have a story about that too. But so we kill the engine, and he just goes, kill the engine, turn off the light. Let's wait and see if they move. And so now we're sitting in total darkness, and
Oh no.
we're on this like little dirt path, but there's an elephant like, I don't know, 10 feet to the right of me in the bush, but I can't see it. And we're in the dark, and you just hear like it's chomping down on
Nom, nom.
trees, but like I don't know how close it is.
That's
and
amazing.
it was so scary, but in a way that like I felt like a kid again.
Yeah,
Aww.
right.
Oh, so exciting. Yeah, the whole thing was so cool. I could spend 8 podcasts talking your ear off of it, and I know how exciting it is to hear people recount their vacation.
No, but that that is cool. I mean, I think about animals all the time, man.
I also do as well.
What's your favorite animal that you want to see, that you want to see out there?
In the wild?
Because I was going to say, I think about dogs a lot. I think about dogs' social lives.
Most awesome take. That's so awesome.
Very agreeable take.
Very agreeable.
But
I like dogs.
But they're also very good at setting boundaries with each other. And I just respect that. It's like, hey, like this is not personal, but don't do that. And I'm like, I need to be more like that.
Yeah, they're smart. They also like, I like seeing dogs kind of interact. And they're just like, okay, you guys are pretty smart.
Yeah.
You've got it all together.
You got different personalities.
I think I'd like to go on a whale boat.
Oh my gosh.
I've never been. And I've always wanted to go on one of those whale watching things.
Yeah.
Just because like the majesty of whales is terrifying.
They're scary big, huh?
Yeah.
Where I had my wedding, that whole bay has tons of whale activity. So
Oh, really?
come on down.
That's cool. Come on down.
Come on down.
But there's something about the ocean that is mysterious and scary to me. But I'd like to see. I did like scuba once so long ago in Mexico, and we didn't really see much. But or not scuba. Excuse me, snorkel.
I'd say
I'm
you
never
scuba?
going scuba diving.
I know. I was like, wow, that's you got
I
certified.
We can't get you down there?
I don't want to scuba. I think it's fucked up. I think it's fucking
I want to
dangerous.
scuba, but I don't think I can because my fucking flaccid eardrums.
That's right. I don't
Oh.
want to die like Keith's ear. But I also just like, you're down there. You
It's
get
so
the
scary.
bends.
Dark.
Oh,
Did you guys
so-
watch the free diving documentary?
I
I'm sure I
refuse.
talked about it on this podcast.
I refuse.
Oh,
It
yeah, I
is
can't.
terrifying. These free divers go all the way down
Yeah.
and they go like, and then they come back up in one single breath. Holy shit. It's so
And if
scary.
you mess up.
And they do. And then
Yeah.
it's like video of them being like,
Oh my God.
it's fucked
For
up.
the audio listeners, Miles did a very tasteful, very accurate shaking kind of
It's
a
them like
seize.
no oxygen in their body. Like,
Yeah.
it's horrifying.
We did it again for the audio listeners.
Every time Miles went silent, he was
He was sort of like we've been to a Home Depot before Halloween. One of the things does what he
My
did.
impression of a fish.
it was giving exorcism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I want this episode to be titled something like "Mistakes on Tour," like how we messed up on tour. So let's get a few. There's food poisoning.
Ooh,
Yeah, we
big
definitely.
mistake.
What
What's another
other
big
mistakes
mistake?
on tour?
What are you gonna do differently next time?
Oh, well, I'll tell you that in Atlanta, I didn't realize that I was okay. When I do my trolley problems bit, I get dressed in my suspenders. The trolley problems outfit is suspenders, but also a white t-shirt underneath. I forgot that part.
Okay,
So-
that's kind of fun.
So I was wearing a tank top with then like a crochet shirt on top. But when it came time to put on my conductor outfit, I went, oh no, I don't have a shirt. And so I kind of looked, I was like the Dirty South version.
Yeah, just had a tank top on. Kind of worked though.
It was funny.
You were letting it rip. You know what? I actually have a.
Oh, and sorry, real quick. And then afterwards, well, just because it's a 1-2.
No.
It's a 1-2.
I then when I put on the banana costume,
Right.
I didn't realize that was. I thought that the banana costume was pants.
It wasn't.
It's
I kept
not.
saying it's not really, but it's fine. Because he was like, well, I'm not gonna have pants on. I was like, yeah, well, if you're okay with that. He's like, okay, well, but I'll have the costume on. I was like, yeah, but it doesn't have pants.
Yeah.
And, I think we just weren't communicating well.
Because I couldn't put pants on underneath the suspenders. The suspenders is pants. So after that, I have like a really quick change. I have to rip off my conductor outfit and put on the banana. So I went from not wearing a shirt to not wearing pants.
And then he felt like he was too afraid to leave the stage because he wasn't wearing pants. And I was like, I get that. But it was supposed to be Zach and I go down as bananas and hand out bananas. And I look back and Zach just didn't come. He's just on the stage dancing with mascot Keith.
Yeah, he was too scared.
My butt was too out.
Yeah.
It was out.
I heard in Cajon you're going to go full Monty.
Yeah, full cojones, I believe.
Cajon is going to be the all nude show.
Yeah. It's the full Monty banana, the full nanny, the full nana.
In Cajon, in the full nanners.
Yeah, the full
In
nanners.
Cajon, Zach's going to show Cajon.
Cojones.
I will say, I have a mistake that Zach made that really made me laugh. So the show ends in Atlanta, and we're backstage. We're all kind of hanging out, and we had done the meet and greet and stuff before, so
Right.
we had taken pictures with some people.
Oh my God.
This was so
Oh
we're
my
in
God.
we're in Atlanta, and it's probably like an hour and a half after the show has ended, and Zach goes, well, we should probably get out there. And I was like, what? And Zach goes, well, you know, there's definitely going to be like a ton of people waiting to take my picture.
After the Legends of the Internet tour.
This is great humbling of Zach.
This is in our documentary. You see, after every single show, people would we went on a 26 city tour. After every single show, people would be waiting by our tour bus. And so like
at the stage door.
Zach opens. Zach's like, no, you guys should come too. Like they're definitely gonna take a bunch of pictures.
Like we're being rude at this point. We're keeping them waiting.
This is like an hour after the show. Zach opens the stage door. Silence. Not a single person.
Tumbleweed blows by.
Zach's like, yeah, all right, guys. All right, guys. Like, ready to take some pictures. Well, and Zach's like, surely they went around to the front. They're probably in the front of the theater.
You doubled down.
So we walk through. We all go to the front of the theater. Zach opens it up. No one on the entire street where it is. Not a single
they
soul.
diverted traffic away from it. It was like it was the greatest humbling I've ever had.
So funny.
And it was mortifying.
There probably were people waiting out front, but it was an hour and a half because we were like packing up and like and we had a bunch of stuff to do, and it was our first time doing
after
it.
the menu.
Yeah,
right. To be fair, there were people in Brooklyn.
There were at the front in the front at Brooklyn. There were people after the show because I took some pictures and chatted with people.
They were just coming back from a meal at Junior's across the street.
Some of them were.
They weren't waiting for us.
No, one of them had waited. But like, well, we'll eat at Junior's and maybe we'll see them. Is what they told me.
But it's a really funny video of you just going out, being like, "All right, guys,
It's on
ready to take
tape.
pictures."
I will say the
Yeah,
only
to
thing
get
that made me jealous is that you guys were like, well, I guess we'll take a picture with the marquee. So the two of you and Hassan took a picture of the Try Guys Eat the Menu tour without me.
I don't know where you were at that point.
I was
You were with all the fans in the back.
I was still signing. Signing hats.
Signing hats,
It
whatever.
was
that's
brutal.
Yeah, but the tour is really, really great. We have great merch that's there. The show is wild and fantastic. And I'll tell you that because we found more of how the show really works is like the first thing is a chain restaurant that either is local to there or started there. And then we have like snacks and stuff, but sometimes cities don't have their own snacks. So we just do another chain restaurant that started there, but we do it in the audience. So we did Mellow Mushroom in Atlanta.
It's a comedy show about your city.
Yeah,
and
about your food, your city.
Eat that it's great.
I was also like, because I didn't really know what the run of show was before I got there.
Yep.
I was surprised and joyed by it's tight. There's a ton of different segments, and it really clips along. And I think that's so nice for a show that's Eat the Menu Keith. Normally a show where you sit at a table and you eat. Right. It's like got a lot of different dynamic things going on. Like we're in the crowd, we're bringing people on stage. It's a nonstop bop.
And it was clear that the first audiences were like, literally bought a ticket to go to a show where I would sit on stage for 2 hours and eat.
Yeah, and it's so much
they
more.
thought that's all it was, which is very. Thank you so much for buying a ticket for what you perceive it to be as that, because that's crazy. And we made sure to over deliver as we always do with like lots of fun stuff. And then audience comes on stage, we do the belt. People have jobs. I employ people briefly. Then we hand out bananas. It's really wild.
It's a joy.
Well, we got to get to these note cards before the final segment.
You're putting
This is for this.
Oh my God, this is a jam-packed episode,
This
Rainie.
is a jam-packed. I know.
Brat-colored paper.
Brat is dead.
Not for everyone.
Oh, sorry, is Brat Summer over?
Yeah, did you see Charlie?
Charlie XCX saw her shadow.
She said, it's over. I'm tired.
It says Miles, don't look.
So should I not look?
Keith has one that says Keith, don't look.
Now, Zach, I didn't know was going to be here today.
I wasn't supposed to be here. We were going to add on a couple days while we were in Amsterdam. We're like, holy shit, Chapel Roan's playing a concert in Berlin. Let's pop over. She canceled some of her European dates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Girl's working too hard. I get it.
Yeah.
But as a result, we stuck to the original itinerary. We're home.
Yeah. So, but you can still guess. So essentially we're doing friend vocab. Have you seen this trend on TikTok?
No.
So it's where there's these phrases that you and your friend group say, and it's like you're trying to describe what the phrase is. So it's essentially taboo.
Oh, great.
It's like guessing game.
So do I pull this one away?
No, I think it's like I would do this and you're going to make me guess this phrase.
Yeah, so you
I
can't
see.
it.
So I would do this.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got it.
All right. So, and you'll alternate.
And the way that this works is we're trying to get Keith to guess what's on his card without saying the thing.
Miles is trying to get you and Keith is trying to get you and Miles.
Right.
Yes. But not at the same time.
I see.
But I don't know what it is, so I need to guess it.
Yes.
Right. You're going to try to explain this
Okay,
to me.
beautiful.
Okay, go.
Spit on that thing.
Haktua.
Yeah, you did it.
Okay, hole in one, Miles.
Okay,
By the way, she has a podcast coming out called Talk to Us. We got to get on as guests. I will sell every
so
favor
funny.
I have in the industry to get on Talk to Us.
There was some photo, like she was at some like crypto convention talking to some other like horrible person. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh
I'm worried
boy.
about our politics.
Talk to Us getting into crypto? It's time.
I think she was just at an event because she's a new influencer and she's taking deals.
Yeah,
and she
she's
should.
taking deals
You should
left and
always
right,
take
baby.
deals. You
I
never know when
worry
deals.
about the percentages of her managers.
Oh, you never know when deals stop.
Yeah.
You got to take them.
I think she's playing it exactly right, and I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
An interesting thing is happening in the current.
I just worry about her, man. I'm worried some sleazy agent's like, I'm going to take 50% of everything. And then it's like, fuck.
There's
But
no way
anyway.
that's still happening.
She's gonna spit on that thing. So
All right.
God, what do you mean
Next
by
question.
that? Spit on that deal and not take it.
That's right.
Okay. There's a thing that happens now in the way that viral media is forming. I don't know if it's because Elon hollowed out Twitter and that's where I used to get my information or what, but trends are happening and it moves so immediately away from the original and just becomes the trend of the week. So I have not seen the Haktua video. It never came up on my timeline.
Really?
That's wild.
And I just decided, like, I guess I don't need to. I get it, I guess.
Oh, you got.
And then the same thing happened with
Demure.
Mindful and
Yeah.
Demure, where it
I
just,
never saw the original.
it just immediately became, oh, we're just going to all iterate on this.
I agree. Yeah.
We're just it happened, and then I actually didn't see the video. What I saw is everyone making their captions,
Yes.
or like some soap company that I bought from once sending out an email saying the most mindful and demure fragrances this season, and it's like we're divorcing things from their meaning so quickly and just
like
jumping on it, commodifying it,
hyenas.
Yeah.
like fucking vultures. 1 week we're picking it to scraps and then moving on.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's-
It's what I'm observing.
It's
It's
interesting.
wild how fast
It goes so fast.
things happen.
Should I
now.
watch the video?
It's
I
not.
think
I mean,
it's
at this
fun.
Pretty
point,
funny.
Talk to her. She'll probably break it down on Talk to Her.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want me to break it down what it means? It's that if you spit on that, so to drive a man crazy in bed, you have to spit on that thing.
And it's
You get it?
It's not just spit. It's like
Like a loogie.
yeah.
You got to like Haktua.
Spit on
on
that
that
thing. You know what I'm saying?
And was the original clip an interview?
This man on the street interview from some who gives a fuck
At
guy.
night and everyone's drunk.
Do you think that the guy who did the interview is livid? He's
Yeah.
like,
I would be.
I made her.
Yes.
discovered her.
I would be if I was him because I'd be like, "Fuck, I suck." Like, but it's also
But
like
he has
he's
the video.
yeah, he has that video on his channel.
Yeah.
that video probably did well.
It did. It probably will continue
Got
to do
duetted
well.
a lot.
But
and
she's got grandpa
he probably owns the sound, actually.
in the if you don't talk to a, I don't want to talk to a hat.
Wait, what do you mean, grandpa?
There's an interview with her family and her grandpa.
Oh, she's got her grandpa.
her grandpa's wearing a shirt that says, "If if she don't talk to her, I don't want to talk to her."
Oh.
Grandpa.
How?
All right.
All right, Miles, you're up. Oh, this is something we say all the time on the podcast.
I did it earlier in this episode. I decided that it wasn't worth our time.
Cut that.
Keep going.
Cut that. Delete that.
Okay, how about that?
Cut that, Rainie.
Sometimes we stumble upon a topic that we don't want to go out on air, but we still want to entertain
So
the
this
room.
is saying it before
I'm going to say this, but you can cut it.
That's pretty much.
Yes.
I think
Pretty
it's
much?
good. Yeah.
It's-
cut this out, but
Yeah, cut this out. But yeah,
we say that so often, and
Really?
I don't know how often that line makes it into the episode.
Yeah, honestly, I guess actually
You
the
should
audience
know.
probably doesn't.
I hope you know, Rainie.
Yeah, Rainie, we hope this stuff gets cut out.
No, it always gets cut out.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Always.
usually
It always
unless
gets
it's
cut
really
out
funny.
eventually.
Yeah.
Might go out.
Unless it's like
YouTube editor, couple
we might
hours.
have to fact. You can keep that in. It's fine.
Yeah.
Rainie's job description, if you have like the hierarchy of what she does, I would say top 3 responsibility is cut this out, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, cut this out. But
And
I don't
Jonathan
think.
does. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of when it was my job if I ever let something that we said to cut out. I don't think I ever let that out on air, but I did let Kelsey's nipple on air.
Sometimes we say cut this out, but and then later somebody else will say you have to keep that in. And then
Right, and then
sometimes
we keep it
I
in.
keep it in.
Right.
That's a good point.
Or sometimes we'll go like, cut that. No.
Actually, maybe it's fine.
I'll leave it in.
Yeah.
Keith,
Ready?
hit me.
Okay. This
What
is
Zach wants.
at all times.
Tea.
No.
Gossip.
No, I didn't say what Rainie wants.
Well, Zach loves gossip.
What
What I
Zach
wanna
wants when we go
eat.
to somewhere.
What I want to eat.
A little vegan treat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nailed it, Keith. Hole in one. Okay, here we go.
This is a place that we have done a podcast, and it is
Strip club.
near the Triangle.
Did you say strip club?
We should do that.
This honestly is like it's like a strip club for kids.
Well, we've done a podcast at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Let's go. Basically a strip club.
For children.
Right? There's a big show.
Man, we
everyone's-
dance with Chucky. Sometimes my life flashes.
People
before
are
my eyes.
gambling.
I was thinking, this is so morbid, but on the drive in this morning, I was like, wow, the montage that's going to play at my funeral.
It's all candy competition clips.
It's gonna be wild.
Wow.
Yeah, too much, so much footage.
Yeah.
Almost too much.
Okay, ready?
All right, here we go. She's my icon, my idol.
D'Amelio.
Oh, close though. She's a movie star.
Miles thinks that this is
Natalie Portman. That's yours.
No.
Right.
Close.
Miles. Thinks,
She's today's Natalie Portman. She's a TikToker. I think that she's a Charlie XCX sort of friend of the show. She
She's
is
a TikToker?
She's a
Yeah.
huge TikToker.
you're
One
on
of
the right
best.
path with Charlie D'Amelio
Yeah.
or Dixie D'Amelio, but think of who
Not
Miles
Dixie. Yes.
thinks is of the.
Mm-hmm.
I know who it is.
Here we go.
But I can't remember her name because
America's
she's a movie
sweetheart.
star now.
She's
She's a movie star.
She's a huge movie star. And she's a pop star.
She is a pop star. Diet Pepsi is her new song.
Is that?
Yeah, she's a song.
Yeah, her name has an A.
Yeah.
It does. Close.
and
And
we're gonna,
it's not subtraction. It's
Addison Rae. That was a good way to get me there. That was good. I was like, oh, I know, I can see her, but I can't think of her name.
Yeah, Addison did.
This is one of your most famous segments around Halloween.
Oh my God, spooky or kooky?
Flip it.
Kooky or
There
spooky?
you go. Yeah, I know
It's-
she got it wrong, but
Is it
Sorry,
spooky?
Rainie. It's Whoa! Everybody stop! It is spooky or kooky. It is not kooky or spooky, which is a totally different segment. That we have to do
Kooky or
both
spooky.
this Halloween.
it's cookie or spooky.
Because kooky, it sort of starts off the rhyme scheme of spooky. So
Kooky or
spooky
spooky.
or kooky, not cookie or spooky. Cookie or spooky is totally different.
It's like brownie. Is that a cookie or a spooky?
cookie or a spooky.
It's kind of a spooky, I guess.
Spooky.
you don't know this. We are trying to figure out as a company like how to do our, anything for get out the vote, what
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
do to help with the upcoming election. There is a prominent politician
Mm-hmm.
whose office is like, hey, maybe we can collab on something. Super exciting. I went into the Slack room of our company last night and said, what should we do? Rainie did pitch spooky or kooky.
Such a good idea, to be honest.
Yeah, I would love her take.
I love it.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, Keith.
Next up,
What I do,
part.
well,
And in motion though. What am I
it's
doing?
currently
Passing
happening.
gas.
Well, yes, but what am I doing? You had the right part of it. You had the right first part of it. But
Farting.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I feel like the sound effect is
I think we should only be able to give one. Honestly, for this next one, you can
Sound
only
effects.
give me one
one
clue.
word. One word.
All right.
Oh, this is gonna be hard for one word.
Okay. Sutherland.
Kiefer?
Wait,
Wow, that was such
you
a
do
good
that?
clue.
I don't. Well, what does kefir mean to you?
Kiefer's a yogurt probiotic.
Kefir.
drink. Kefir.
oh, it's what Becky calls you.
Yeah, sometimes she calls
I'm
me
sorry.
Kefir.
What?
Apparently on
I
You Can
didn't
Sit
know
With
that.
Us,
We
she's
all had different-
apparently on You Can Sit With Us, she sometimes calls me Kiefer, which she's not calling me Kiefer in person.
Really?
To me. no.
Rainie, this is not common knowledge. I've never heard the nickname Kiefer in my life.
That's so funny.
Wow, I feel like on You Can Sit With Us, we're always talking about Kiefer.
Yeah.
I've
Kiefer.
Never
Kiefer.
heard. I've been
Kiefer.
She
around.
does call me Kiefer sometimes in that way, where
Kiefer.
she's like asking me for help in a cutesy way
Come on, Kiefer.
from the other side of the house.
Yeah.
I've never been around her when those words
Yeah,
have
she doesn't say it much.
come out.
Kiefer.
I know a lot about you guys. Between You Can Sit With Us and Tripod, sometimes I'm like, I'm living your
You got
life.
both
Yeah, you get
sides.
too much information.
You get
on
both
this.
sides. All right, this is
This
what.
one.
Whoa, fuck. This one.
Here we go.
Oh,
it's
One
boy.
word.
so-
One word.
Okay.
One word?
soundboard.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
And now you get one word, so try and combine.
Date.
Well, come on. What? What?
I want to have sex on the first date.
Pretty close.
Yo!
Pretty fucking close.
It's like, I would have sex on the first date. Something like that, right?
I think we got to give it to him.
I think it counts.
My perfect date. No, I don't want to say it again.
My perfect date probably
involves getting laid.
that's what it is. It's my perfect date probably involves getting laid.
But it's also the soundboard's deepening it.
And what was the word you said?
I said
Date.
date.
Okay, well, that's in the clue,
Yeah.
Miles. That's in the clue.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Really good point.
You broke.
I broke it.
But you
You
did
broke.
do it in an accent, so it kind of.
You
Yeah.
did do it. I honestly got more out of it the low pitch. I mean, I knew it was a low pitch slow down, but I was like, is it Zach or is it Miles?
Yeah. It
Very
might have been.
good.
I don't even know. It was you?
Yeah,
it was
unfortunately.
Something I would say.
Let me see.
Okay, I got it.
Keith is pulling up his phone, selfie mode. He's
Selfie?
hitting record.
Ad read.
Okay.
We'll do it again for you.
Oh, millennial pause.
There we go. Nice.
My clue was going to be Hank Green.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, does Hank Green do a millennial P?
No,
No,
but he
he
called us out. for
Called
it.
me out.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Specifically.
And
And if you call Keith out, you call me out.
Sure.
Aw.
That's
Best friends.
Well said. Well
Two
said.
best friends. I think.
Ready?
All right, here we go.
Oh.
The podcast where we made it when they only say one word. Is so funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 2 words because I
Okay,
fucked that
okay.
rule. Best episode.
Well. That's my word.
Best episode and
Well.
synth pod.
Yeah,
Yes!
synth cut.
Synth cut.
Oh.
Man, you remember we did that? That was awesome.
Why
That
haven't
was
we
so
done that
fun.
again?
It's
It's
very
so
divisive.
Did we put it? Sorry, where did we put
People
it?
hated
Did we
it.
put it on
People
page?
hated
No,
it.
we did. We just released it, didn't we?
Yeah, the first time, and then the second time we did two versions.
It's too much.
Oh yeah, we released a synth cut and a non.
I think-
What a week!
Here's what we do. We pick a date. I want it to be at least a month in advance.
Mhm.
And we build it
Up
up.
to
And
the
we
synth,
say
yeah.
4 episodes until the synth cut. 3 episodes until the synth cut.
Yeah, big. Yeah.
In next week.
Yeah.
And you plan your life around it. You get together with your friends. You get your grandpa on his Hawk-Tua hat.
Hawk-Tua.
You get the people around.
He's your grandpa.
And if you don't want it, well, you've been
You don't
warned.
get it.
Is there one more?
Yeah.
Or is this it?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Wow. That was a great segment.
Really
Thank
good
you,
segment,
Thank
Rainie.
you.
Great segment.
Also, good paper.
Yeah, I got it from the office.
Yes,
Well, with that, we can go to our final seg.
It's advice that'll go for miles. Tune it to your radio station. It's advice that'll go for miles. Everyone get ready, Miles Nation. Miles Nation, go. It's advice that'll go for miles. Advice that'll go for miles.
I'm doing a suck for a long time. Then I chew once.
What's up, Miles Nation? How's everyone doing tonight?
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to take back the time? Take back the time. Take back the time. Take back the time. Do you want to time travel, y'all?
Yeah.
You want to time travel, y'all?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to time travel, y'all?
Yeah, I do.
You want to travel, y'all?
Yeah.
Thrift store. Shirt. Thrift store. Shirt. Thrift store. Shirt. Buy a shirt that's from the 80s.
Woo! That was your best one yet.
Thanks, Rainie. I obviously bought this shirt because I was trying to make a thumbnail for a video I had where I was a delivery driver.
This current shirt.
This current shirt that I'm wearing right now. And after I was like it was $3 or something at the thrift store. Who even knows? Maybe $5.
Probably more than that.
I buy the shirt. And then I'm like, actually, I kind of like the way it feels. It makes me feel like a vintage guy who works at a Blockbuster.
And the jeans you've matched pretty well. The jeans feel vintage as well.
Thank you, Keith.
Yeah.
I'm glad that this shirt's getting airtime because we had about a 5-minute convo before the show started. I stopped in my tracks.
It
took my breath away.
Thank you. And it's honestly, it's that it sort of is almost cosplay in the way that it is themed. I feel like it's not like Miles just wearing an outfit. It's like, Miles dressed like a vintage bowling guy.
Yeah.
Let me paint the picture for those who are just listening with us in your little buds in your ears. This is a red polo shirt, but not that dork shit.
Uh-uh.
Okay? It's got a fun little accent on the sleeves. We're talking a brownish maroon with an orange accent above the pocket. The same. And then the little penguin emblem.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel fresh. It makes me feel flirty.
Something about this outfit, though. Do you feel like there's too many Nike swooshes around your feet? Because you've got Nike socks.
Glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
Now, yes, the answer is yes. The socks, I didn't have any ones that were clean that I wanted to wear. And they're the ones that I bought on tour because I didn't have enough clean socks.
I think you either want ankle showing, so we're talking no shows, or you want whites all the way.
No.
Boys.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I think I'm intimidated about an ankle showing because I worry I'll get a little blisty.
Well, then do the long. I think the long boys.
I normally do long boys. This was just a last minute decision. I didn't want to be late.
I see.
Yeah.
So
he knows, guys.
He knows.
He knows. So I know about the amount of, especially because it is right above the Nike swoosh, that it really shows it up.
It's a lot.
But hey,
it's
you
like
know what?
begging for a brand deal.
Hey, in a lot of ways I am.
Nike is known for sponsoring non-athletic podcasters.
If I was sponsored by Nike, that would be the weirdest
crazy.
shit ever. It'd be awesome. But
It'd be awesome.
Don't think it's likely.
Pretty fun.
But yeah, eyes up here. And my shirt, not at my feet. Because I'm about to show you what it do. So go to the thrift store and buy a fun themed shirt.
Yes. And now, Keith, hit us with the official tripod theme song.
Tripod.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Have a good ass week.
You wrote that.
Yeah.